So what you're saying is there is no body.
Yeah, and the Roman emperor wants us to investigate. He's concerned about a kingdom takeover.
A kingdom takeover? By somebody who died and we can't even find the body? Ooh, I'm scared now.
Whatever. But look, I'm serious. When Jesus was alive, he said he would rise again. And the emperor wants us to investigate to see if the body was stolen or if Jesus is who he says he was. The last thing the Roman emperor wants is to lose this territory to a carpenter boy.
Well, I guess we should send some security detail up to the tomb.
All right, I'm on it.
So how's the work coming?
Well, so far we haven't found any signs of tampering with the evidence.
Yeah, but this rock was apparently sealed. I mean, there's still remnants around it. And it does kind of smell funny. What is that?
Well, we've found charred fragments of rock around the entrance. Whatever moved that rock must have been really powerful.
Well, if it was so powerful, then how is it still intact?
That's a good question.
Well, what about the inside? Is there any evidence in here?
Well, it's really strange. The only thing in there are the burial clothes and some scattered spices.
Well, if you're going to rob a grave and then take the body, why would you leave behind the burial clothes?
Beats me. I say we call in the specialists to get a closer look at the tomb.
Yeah, get on that.
I've never seen anything like this before.
This is definitely strange. The linens don't even smell bad. And you said he was in here for 3 days, correct?
Yeah, and that's definitely enough time to leave the smell.
Oh, definitely. I've been doing this job all day because I know how dead bodies smell.
Hey guys, look at how the grave clothes are laid out. Like you just came right out of them, without unraveling them or anything. How could that be?
Yeah, nobody's going to believe this. This is definitely not your typical grave robbing.
Well, never mind that. Let's just look for some more clues. Sir, come look at this napkin. It's perfectly folded. And the grave clothes look as if nobody's touched them. How could they possibly get a body out and leave the place looking like this?
I don't know. But we've got to find this body. I mean, otherwise, his followers are going to start saying he rose from the dead. And you know, if that happens, Rome and the chief priest will have our jobs.
Sir,
Yes.
I've checked all over the place, and there's only one set of footprints, and they belong to Joseph of Arimathea, and he's the tomb owner. The entire place is clean. If someone had dragged the body out, there would be spices tracking out to the entrance. Don't you think?
Yeah, you'd think so. All I know is we just need to get our report to the CSI that no trace of a body was left here. I mean, either the body was stolen, and only God knows how, or he was telling the truth, and he did rise again. Either way, our job is to get the report, get it to CSI, and let them decide. I mean, surely a dead man can't overthrow the Roman government, especially if we can't find him.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get those interviews from the people who saw him last?
Yeah. We talked to Mary Magdalene this morning, and she wanted to know what we had done with the body. So I asked her what she did with the body, and she ran away. And then we caught up with the disciples, and to be honest, they seemed as shocked by the fact that the body is missing as we are.
Well, let's review the evidence.
All right. Well, we have confirmation from several eyewitnesses that he was indeed dead.
And there was no sign of forced entry. I mean, we couldn't find any tracks going inside or outside. So if they moved a stiff body out, I mean, you would have seen that.
Yeah. And we did receive an anonymous tip from one of the guards that there was an earthquake and lightning, and they were scared, so they ran to the chief priest. And the chief priest said if they would be quiet about the whole thing, they could keep their heads. And they made a deal with them to tell everybody that the disciples stole the body. Of course, he's not going to testify in public.
So the chief priest denies anything?
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't find any one of the other 15 guards to collaborate this story?
Nope.
Well, what about the disciples? Where are they now?
Well, once they confirmed that the body was missing, they left, and we have word that they're in a house here in Jerusalem behind locked doors.
Well, do we have an inside informant?
No. Since Judas hung himself, we don't have anybody on the inside. I say that we get some agents to go and just search for the body. I mean, it's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah. Why don't we just meet back up here at 1800 hours?
Okay. See you then.
I mean, everything in this town is going crazy.
I know what you mean. We keep getting calls from people that have seen him alive, and by the time we get there, he's gone.
I mean, do you think they're making it up?
You know, sir, I really don't think so. I mean, we've interviewed hundreds of eyewitnesses, all with similar stories. I mean, how can that many people, God's people, mind you, be on the same page? We can't even do that here in the office.
Yeah, that's
And look at this. At last count, we had over 500 eyewitnesses in the Galilee region who have reported seeing and hearing Jesus since his death.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. I mean, if we can't find a body and there are several eyewitnesses seeing the former deceased, we've got to label this an X-file. I mean, we've even got political pressure from the Roman government and the chief priest. They're really wanting us to close this file, and I mean, I don't think we have a choice. We've got to close this case.
All right.
And while you're at it, let's just lose that evidence too. I mean, it's better for our jobs if it just looks like, you know, we kind of did a sloppy mess on this.
Yeah. And besides, what can a couple of disciples and a few hundred witnesses do?
Yeah.
Start a new kingdom?
Yeah.